Hello everyone, this is Charles with Louisiana on the Road, and this is the second video of the Rural Life Museum here in Baton Rouge. We're in what's now, I believe they call the barn. Look at this old cypress knee. That thing is standing probably 12, 13, 14 feet tall. Wow. And the biggest I've ever seen them out in the wild is like 3 or 4 feet tall. Yeah, this is the barn, as they call it. A selection of things about the history of Louisiana. Oh, can't get my shadow in that. I've been to that one on the right several times. That is Rosedown Plantation. Calendar. And to keep up with the date and time. There was mostly sugar cane and cotton and indigo were grown in this part of the country. That was the main crop. Looks like that's what they used to make cane syrup with. And also, alligator hunting was a thing back then. It still is, actually. You watch swamp people. It's still a big deal. Like that old canoe or pirogue, I don't know what you'd call it. Looks like it's just a log that's been hollowed out. Guess as long as it works. But yeah, that's what they used to put on the end of a pole and kill those alligators with, right to the head. Alligator skin right there. Military equipment, musket, revolver, short sword, and a long sword. And a gunner's quadrant. Used to aim cannon. It's like a doctor's kit, surgery kit. These don't look like very patient-friendly instruments. Is he showing what wallpaper looked like back then of the day. Ammunition from Port Hudson. I'm going to be doing a video on that in the very near future. I don't know if you can see all that or not. That's a Winchester rifle up there. And a coffin. This is a coffin. I just now noticed that. Simple box. Not fancy. And ledgers. Of course, this looks like this is from the early part of the 20th century. An old coffin there. I don't know if that was ever used or not. Yes, apparently it was. It was used. Huh. That was used. Yeah, petroleum was a big deal out here too in the latter part of the 20th century, or excuse me, 19th century. Of course, the steam engine was still the main power of the day. Get over here where I'm not so much of the way. It's kind of hard to see. They use petroleum mainly for grease and oil to lubricate machinery. It being used as a fuel didn't come until later on in the early part of the 20th century. Looks like these are kitchen gadgets. Spaghetti maker, and that's probably looks like an ice chest there, ice freezer. Grinding wheel, sharpen up your tools and implements, and even a vacuum cleaner. Wow. 1902. I imagine that wasn't very easy to use. And this one here, it looks like you stood up and used, but you'd have to pump it while you used it. I imagine that was all kinds of awkwardness, trying to get your work done. A transit. These little steamboat whistles. I think those are cool looking there. Look like they're made of brass. An old steamboat looked like. Might take Stephanie, my wife, we might go on a little riverboat cruise. They have them here in the south. The American Queen is the big one down here. It's the largest, I think the largest steamboat in existence. It's very much like a cruise ship, except instead of the ocean, you're on a river. This is talking about flooding. Apparently this flooding goes way back. We still haven't gotten a handle on how to handle that. People trying to stay dry. This old cotton bale, and it's from just before the Civil War, apparently. (1860) is when it was picked. Another cotton bale. We have a memorial to the slaves of that era, a dark period in our nation. We fought a war to get over that. Many people died because of slavery, and many others died fighting against it and for it. I'm sorry for the shadow. I didn't anticipate this. Slave shoes to work out in the fields. So to keep their feet dry. I don't know how comfortable those were. Probably weren't very comfortable to wear. Old slave pen from 1850. Wow. Wow. I just realized that is a door. That's not just a backdrop. That is a door. That is one big door. Oh, that's every bit of more than 10 feet tall, maybe 15 feet tall. Wow. That's something else. Well, this is my favorite part of the barn, where they have all the carriages and tools and household goods. Very interesting. Different furniture. This is a loom. This apparently was our carriage for a funeral. I don't know what that noise is. Old carriages, old lantern, I think is really cool looking. You can smell the old leather. Oh, another hearse. And then an old coffin too. It doesn't look like it was ever used though. This was used in Convent, Louisiana from 1850. Wow. And there's another coffin inside. That one looks like it's made of copper though. I didn't know they made them of copper, but I guess so. There is a difference between a coffin and a casket. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's because the casket is more fancy or what it is. But I know that there's a difference. Old trunk. These look like old barber's chairs. Maybe, yeah, barber's chair. That's what that is. I don't know what the little board's there for. Maybe had it there to read a book while he got his hair cut. Little potty chair on wheels. Examination table with the pad and everything. Wow. It's a dentist drill. Wow, imagine that was not fun to sit underneath that thing and have it used on you. And these are all medical instruments. If I can get some of that in here. Like lanterns down there. Candlesticks. Like more doctor's instruments. And these were used to heal people, not necessarily to hurt them, though I'm sure they were no kind of fun if they were being used on you. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to using my new camera here, so please forgive me for if I rush by something or don't get up close enough. Look at that old gas pipe. That looks like it's from a wooden log. And they used logs as pipes for water, I guess gas, apparently. Another buggy. Yeah, this thing just keeps going on and on, it seems like. Wheelwright's tools. These are tools for making barrels. An old hatchet. Or an axe, I should say. I think an axe is one blade and I think a hatchet is two blades. If I'm wrong, please be sure to correct me down below. I know there's a difference between an axe and a hatchet. Logging tools and wagons. No, I have used one of those before. Use that to shape a log. I forgot what you call it. But I helped build part of a church one time that was, the lower part of it was made of logs. And it was my job to make sure they were fairly smooth. All these square nails. The difference between these and round nails is, and I'm not sure, they still use them because when I was working for a hardware company, they sold them, sold new nails like this. But because of the way they're designed, they hold, seems like you'd use those more because it holds the wood firmer together instead of a round nail. But once you get those square nails in, from what I understand, they're almost impossible to get back out. So maybe that's why they use the round nails. Just they're easier to use if you gotta replace them. Old doll. Okay, these are, this is for a church, okay. Yeah, I understand now. So I could use all this to go fishing with. Yeah, this is like from the 1940s and 50s. Oh, look at that hornet's nest. Wow. Well, that kind of snuck up on me. Hollow trees. Yeah, is that part of all the... No, those are two separate things. They placed that inside. I guess this is what they call a pirogue. A little different from a canoe, but much more popular in South Louisiana. Little traps, animal traps. Like a little water cooler. Oh, I'm gonna open that. Yeah. Icebox, yeah. Tongs, ice tongs. Little, okay, this is like a water wagon. That's what that is. Oh, another. It says coffin or casket. I would say a coffin. Well, here it talks about the difference between a coffin and a casket. Yeah, right there. If I can get a picture of that. Here's this one. Wooden coffin. It's at rest. Little fancy baby carriage. Wow. Yeah, this is my favorite part of the museum. Look at those bellows. I imagine that was probably like used in a large fireplace, or maybe out like in the blacksmith shop. Keep the fire stoked. Oh, these old sewing machines. Rebecca would love to see that. My daughter sews clothing. She makes some of her own costumes for some of the reenactments she's in. Spinning wheels. Other sewing machines. How about that? That picture, get a picture of that, or a freeze frame of that. Loom, another loom. These old blankets. 1920s and 40s. Because these were all used for sewing. Oh, look at this. What is this? Pianoforte. Okay. My daughter's also a musician, and she would be interested in that. It looks like that would be interesting, but I'm not guessing that's open to the public. The tools that they use to make hats with. Well, we are just about done with this video. Getting close to the end here. Oh wow, that even looks nice by today's standards. I don't know what that is. It's for, oh, a jockey scale. I guess he would sit there and they'd weigh him. It's kind of fancy looking. Oh, look at that old model train locomotive. Steam engine from the Stanley steamer, 1903. Of course, river boats weren't the only kind of, I think we're familiar with, weren't the only kind of boat, but they had these called a keel boat as well. So it would carry passengers and freight. I guess that's the cheaper version of it. Old bells. Oh, I forgot there was that section over there, so we got a little more time. $1860, that was forged. See what this is. Oh, it's a baling press. I guess they use that to bale cotton. What else could it be used for? Yep. These old bells. That one was made in 1860. Does that say 1791? Is that what that says? That looks like it. 1791. Wow. That's 1853. You can see that right there. 1853. Cast by C.W. Coffin. Oh, now that's a pretty lane. Oak Alley. Wow. Yeah. 1958. Wow. Yeah, that is an iconic photo, I would agree. Taps and dies. Okay. Tobacco. Yeah, apparently tobacco was a commodity here as well. much it is today. I know cotton, they still raise cotton, and they still, of course, grow sugar cane as well. Oh, they're fancy. Right there. Some baskets. Well, these were made by Native Americans, I guess, of the day. Old paintings. That's kind of cool. These are kind of cool. These kind of almost look 3D. They're textured. I mean, it looks like they were carved. Yeah. And then painted. Huh, that's a neat effect. I don't know how old those are. They don't look like they're that old, but State Normal School. Housekeeper's Almanac, 1871. Crickets, the Journal of a Small Fry. We have some more instruments, it looks like. Wow. Fiddles, looks like a classical guitar. Music box. Got a bugle. Accordion. Disc phonograph, 1905. I imagine that was high tech back in the day. Organs. Metronome on top of that. Cutting hay implements. So, I don't know what this is. What this is? A section of a roof. What does it look like? I don't know if that's graffiti or what that is. I wonder if those are brands. From branding irons. Maybe it was like a sampler. Yeah, okay. Well, it was a sampler from a blacksmith shop. I'm guessing that's a sampler showing off the kind of things he could make for you, kind of designs, I suppose. Looks like a butter churn of sorts. Lawnmower, push lawnmower. I used to have one, a modern one. The thing about that between a regular gas-powered mower is these kind of mowers clip the grass. A regular push mower, like gas-powered motor, where the blade rotates horizontally, chops the grass. But those kind of mowers there clip the grass and gives it a different cut. This old desk here. Well, desk and lectern, I don't know. Oh, who's the dean? Well, that's basically it. I always love coming to this place. Seems like I find something new every time. But I love seeing these old buggies, and takes you back to a different era. But we are getting ready to wrap it up here. Baton Rouge rice mill. All this is from the different parts of the state. Mortar and pestle. Well, yeah, that's it. I'll keep posting this in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I've got another one lined up that I got to post, and then I got to post the first part of this series from the Rural Life Museum, and then I'll post this one that I'm doing right now. So I think that's about it. So until next time, we'll see you on the road. Bye-bye now.